that's where we at right now. You're gonna see like in the video, like I'm dealing with some very talented people. You know what I'm saying? And we come in with the real. We not like we men. We making music for like men and women. You know what I mean? We ain't no little chicken heads. No, you know what I mean? We don't make whole music. We don't make all of that. You know what I mean? All the bullshit, you know what I mean? Bad bitches and gangsters, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we street smart and we can get gangster when we need to get gangster, you know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are. We street smart, you know what I'm saying? But we men. We got knowledge of self, and that's why I love Jamaica, because the roster got knowledge of self and wisdom of self and understanding of self, you know what I'm saying? If you ask a roster, they're going to tell you who God is, himself. You know what I'm saying? The black man is God. Right? They might not say the black man is God, but he know that he's God. And that's what's the difference. So, we can build. Like, the thing was, I found, Jamaica is that we the same. We've been told that we different, but we the same. We the same people. We like barbecue chicken, they like brown stew chicken. We like chicken and gravy, they like curry chicken. Same shit. What we call chicken fricassee. They got chicken fricassee here. We like fried chicken and french fries with coleslaw. You know what I'm saying? We like cornbread. They make festival. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we the same. We got the same taste buds. We got the same brain size. The only difference is subtle differences in the culture. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, the black man in America has a trauma of slavery. Not that Jamaicans don't, because they do too. We the same people, just at a different boat stop. The key difference is the Maroon, right? So the Maroon, Nanny, Cujo, her brothers, Apple Kong, they have an amazing story. But their story and the Maroons in Jamaica is that when the slave boat came, they took off running, right? Barefoot. First chance they get, they ran into the hills. And the white man with his cumbersome boots and his, baggy clothes and all that stuff, couldn't keep up. So they had maybe a day head start on them. And Jamaica is on the same, I don't know if it's longitude or latitude, but it's the one that goes this way, right? We're on the same line as Africa, so the terrain is the same. So Nanny and her brothers, they revolted. They went up into the hills, and the white man couldn't even come get them because they went so deep in the hills barefoot running, because that's what they used to doing where they came from, which was at West Africa. So to make a long story short, they were the British, who was in control of Jamaica at the time, couldn't even go up in the hills because, and Nanny and them, they didn't even have guns, but they was able to fend off each other because they would hide and they would be stealth and covered in like bush, like camouflage. You know what I'm saying? The Europeans and the Indians, they would get the Arawak Indians to come, who knew the terrain, but they were at the mercy of them. But Nanny and the family and other rebellious slaves who ran away, they went up into the hills and would be dressed in camouflage and set up traps for the British and the Indians, you know what I mean, and defend, their space, right? So they were able to do this for, maybe 200 years. So they were pure, straight from the motherland, right? With their traditions and everything, right? So they weren't colonized. There's Maroon towns throughout Jamaica, so when you come, get out the resort, Come check out, you know, how Jamaicans is living in different towns and all that, because it's an amazing history, you know. And the thing is, when we spending money on the resorts, people in Jamaica don't get that money unless they working at the hotel and they only getting, you know, a little bit of it. The way to get money to them is to come out of the resort and spend money with the man that's selling chicken, you know, on the street and all of that, you know, and connect with the people. That's what we did, and that's what my mother always allowed us to do. She always pushed for that. You know what I mean? You know, go outside, hang out with the you know, but we wasn't. When we was young, we wasn't traveling like out the country, maybe to Canada, but we was always like going to Disney World, Florida, Baltimore, Rochester. You know what I'm saying? Chicago. So, you know, and so while we there, like my grandmother, you know, I love dearly. She loved me, you know what I mean? She one of my favorite people, you know what I mean, that I've ever known. But, you know, my father's mother, and, you know, she would, you know, we'd be in Baltimore playing in the alleys and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, playing with the kids, like, yo, like, they, you know, they, like when they see them Jersey plates, they come and knocking on my grandmother's door. You know what I mean? So it was amazing. You know, we be playing block. I forget what they call it, but it was basically 4 squares. You know what I'm saying? And you bounce a ball. They bounce the ball into your box, and you got to bounce it back into their box. And they, you know what I mean? But if they can't like get it out their box and it goes out of bounds, you know, they out. But if they put it in your box and you can't return it and it goes out of bounds, you out. You know what I mean? And it'd be 4 squares. I forget what they call it, but yo, we had an amazing time. I love Baltimore. Baltimore is one of my favorite cities, and Maryland is one of my favorite states. You know, Maryland has the most beautiful
P Funk City G.